Hello, everybody. Welcome to the West End Gallery in Corning, New York. Brian Keeler here. I'm doing a demonstration of a landscape painting on a piece of linen that's glued to a masonite panel. And the scene that I'm painting is in Hector, New York. It's just up the hill. It's called Ball Diamond Road. And I've been explaining about my process here. I'm approaching this a lot like I do a plein air painting, and which I do a lot of, but this was done from a photograph. I'm using a photograph here. So I'm just going to review some of the things that I talked about here. The first decision I made was where the division of space between the sky and the ground and the eye level, and so the horizon here is the first decision I made of dividing the space between the light and the dark, and then thinking about the divisions of vertical space. These trees are some of the main verticals. This is actually a diagonal here, but thinking of these major compositional and design elements. And the quality of light. It's late in the afternoon, so I'm doing a sunset, and so where the sun is positioned is important here too. And so that's affecting the light on these buildings here, these farm buildings, and the cast shadows. And then the color scheme, I'm using a lot of warm colors. I did the whole sky kind of a golden color. Maybe you can come in closer to the painting here, if you would. And I talked about where the vanishing point was in regards to these buildings, and I think it would be right about here, and I can determine that by doing a line over here to see where the implied vanishing point. So it's somewhere in this area, and then the first thing that I did was masked in the darks, and I used this kind of loose, thin paint of burnt umber and other warm colors, and then I just started with the lights and talked about the clouds, and that was what I was painting here, and suggesting my composition with the clouds. And one of the things with the clouds that I mentioned was having the clouds be an augmentation of the perspective, and I'll develop these further as the painting goes along, but the clouds want to support and augment the perspective of the land. So now I'm going to have the audience offer their opinions. Maybe if you want to share, tell us your name, if you point the camera over here.
I'm Satyavani, and this was a fantastic demo. In such a short time, you really showed, how to take it from beginning, composition, and you got the essence of what you're going to finish later on. So it was very nice. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming. Anybody else want to share? Do you want to point the camera over here?
Can you see me, Jesse?
Yes.
Okay. This is the second time I've watched Brian paint here. I may have seen him at other times, and he said this last year, and I forgot to mention it, but it's a very strong idea that the color gets all the credit and the value does all the work, or the color gets all the credit and the value does all the work. And that's really true. And we talked a lot about color and values.
About you, Steve, any
Steve
impressions?
Some of the things that really caught my attention with what you described was the topology that you're laying out on top of just the perspective. And like I mentioned before, your color capture is so northeast. It's just, you can immediately feel, what part of the country that you're at. And I've seen that in some of your other paintings. I'm absolutely blown away how quickly that you could develop the basic color scheme, shapes, the light, just in a 2-hour demonstration. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Anybody else want to? How about you, Mr.? Okay. Anybody else? All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for coming here today at the West End Gallery. My show continues through June 5th, And it just opened last night, and they're all paintings of the Finger Lakes, Cayuga, and Seneca Lakes is what I specialize in here. So I hope you can come visit the originals. Thank you so much.